Hello everyone. Today I want to offer a relational practice for inner work and inner equilibrium. We will work with the energetic circulatory system, the whip and the crook. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, the whip or the flail and the crook or pastorale were held crossed over the heart, and historically they symbolized authority and guidance. Energetically, they represent two complementary currents within the human system: structure and receptivity, discernment and compassion, the solar and lunar forces within the self. An energy flow through these subtle channels regardless of our will. However, at times this flow becomes restricted, especially around the shoulders, the chest, liver and spleen, areas deeply linked to emotion, perception, stress levels, and relational dynamics. And in this view, health is not about control, but is about allowing and fluidity. Today we focus on what is traditionally called the Crusaders System, the survival network of Nadis, which are energy channels, and this system keeps us functioning even when we are not consciously aware. It regulates how we respond, protect, relate, and perceive. The crook and the whip nadi are energy currents that cross at the level of the heart and extend through the arms and down the body. This practice supports the release of energetic heaviness in the shoulders and at the level of the heart, better flow and discharge of accumulated emotional tension, balance between logical and creative processing, harmonization of feminine and masculine energies within the self, integration of solar and lunar qualities, better awareness of internal and external relational dynamics, and returning to center integration after emotional activation. Specifically, the crook, the pastoral channel, supports a broader, more loving perception, trust, receptivity, openness, wisdom, and emotional clarity. When balanced, we feel more available, we're more welcoming, we are more present and steady, and we are more connected to our inner guidance. When this nadi is out of balance, we may fall into people-pleasing, overly pleasing others, forced harmony, excessive availability, but also emotional withdrawal. The whip channel supports discernment, constructive criticism, attention to details, relational integrity, and healthy boundaries. When balanced, we experience clear perception and firm yet flexible boundaries. And when out of balance, we experience hypercriticism, rigidity, overcontrol, loss of observational capacity. And this is not a technique to manipulate energy. It's a practice that we do every time we feel we are becoming overly critical, overly rigid in our way of being, or we swing to the opposite. We are overly available, overly pleasing, lacking boundaries. So we are not trying to force anything or fix anything, but we are here to observe, to tune in, to become present with what's happening internally. And through that, balance begins to restore itself. We are going to use 3 main hands positions for this practice, and each position gently stimulates the crossed nadis at the level of the heart, liver, spleen, and shoulders. The first position will be the right hand touching the left shoulder. The forearm will be resting fully across the chest, and the elbow will be near the liver. The second position will be left hand on the right shoulder. The forearm will be resting across the chest again, and the elbow will be placed near the spleen. And the last position will be arm crossed, left under and the right over. And this position allows integration of these two channels, these two energy currents. And we will restore a sense of centeredness at the level of the heart. So we are going to begin this practice, and the suggestion will be to find a comfortable position, a comfortable space where you will not be disturbed for the next 15-20 minutes or so. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes and just noticing your breathing. And just taking a few breaths there. And breathing in through the nose and very slowly out through the mouth. And just allowing the breath to find its own pace, its own rhythm. And noticing how the whole of the body breathes, how the chest moves as you breathe, the rising and falling of the belly area. Allowing the legs to soften, the jaw to soften, and the back of the head to relax. Imagining like a nice warm balm softening the scalp, the face, the muscles around the eyes, melting away all the stress, unwanted thoughts. And then allowing your mind to slow down. And if it's going really fast, you can imagine the mind as a horse, and you may be riding this horse, and this horse may feel a bit out of control. Then imagining your hands holding the reins very firmly of the horse. And then you start regaining control over the horse until you find a pace that feels right to you. Your own rhythm, your natural rhythm that works for you. And you can also get off the horse if you want to go and walk or simply sit somewhere that you like. And just enjoying being with yourself in the calmness of your space. Bringing yourself in the center of your life. And whatever experiences may be part of your life in this moment, noticing if you can allow a sense of embracing what is. This is difficult, this is challenging, this is really hard. And just accepting that. Allowing things to be as they are. And remaining present and steady. And imagining taking one step at a time. And noticing what is that first step like? What do I need in this very moment? What is the first step I need to take in a moment where I feel uncertain? I feel worried and scared. And feeling the solid ground under your feet, feeling that support. And then very gently, I would like you to place your right hand on your left shoulder. And just taking a few breaths there. And as you touch your shoulder, allowing the shoulders to soften and if there's any tightness to be released as you breathe. And tightness can be released through the palm of the left hand, simply allowing the energy to flow from the shoulder to the palm of the left hand. And here, if you notice that maybe there's been a lot of worries, critical thinking or overthinking, imagine bringing in that part of you a sense of balance, a way of softening, a way of surrendering. And nurturing the parts of you that are struggling right now. Imagining holding them, reassuring them. And if there's any anger, any uncomfortable feelings, just simply breathing through this feeling, noticing these feelings. And maybe allowing that energy to be released. Knowing that the body knows exactly how to do it. And maybe you can, with your inner eyes, imagining yourself in front of yourself right now. Noticing what you see of yourself from here. And noticing if there's anything that you need to tell yourself or you need to hear. And allowing that message to come through, and you can also say it aloud if you want to. And then really being with your body, allowing the body to do what it needs to do. And if the body wants to move, just allowing movement. And from this position, we're going to make for 3 times a sound. It could be any sound. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then allow the sound to come through. And then taking a nice deep breath in again. And one more time, breathing in. And then allowing the hand to relax and noticing how that part of your body feels. Now your left arm will reach your right shoulder. And just taking a few breaths there, noticing how this shoulder is feeling, if it's different from the other one. Just imagining that shoulder softening, if there's tightness or pain, discomfort. Imagining that energy shifting, moving through the arm and being released through the palm of the right arm. And feeling the warmth of the hand touching the shoulder. From this place, bringing in love for self, picturing yourself in front of yourself again. And noticing if you look different from this angle, if you see different parts of aspects of yourself. if there are different feelings or emotions that may surface from this part of the body. And being very curious, just observing what's there for you, what's part of this experience. And again, bringing in a sense of nourishment for the parts of you that may be suffering now, that may feel confused, but allowing a sense of deep care. And if there's been tiredness or fatigue or a sense of discomfort, imagining receiving nourishment by the sun, being embraced by that beautiful light of the sun. Not too hot, the perfect temperature, and that allows for a better balance. And here we're going to make 3 sounds again. When you're ready, in your own time, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then allow the sound to come through. And then taking a nice deep breath in again. And last time when you're ready. And then gently releasing the arm. And noticing how that shoulder is feeling. And then we're going to take one last step, and this time we're going to place the right hand on the left shoulder and the left hand on the right shoulder. We're going to create a nice X. And here we're going to invite a sense of lightness at the level of the chest. And just imagine energy flowing through the Nadis, the meridians of the body. You can imagine like bright, clean water running through your energy system. And the breath facilitates the flow of the energy and a sense of relief. Moving your awareness at the level of your heart, in the center of your heart. And noticing what she needs at this time, what's important to her. Noticing that if there's anything here that you need to tell yourself. And allowing that message to resonate within your system. And if any other part of your body needs to release anything that is not serving you right now, allowing the body to do so. And maybe feeling that release happening through the soles of the feet. Offering to the earth all that is not needed, is not serving you right now. And then when you're ready, you can release the arms. And noticing how you feel. If there are any feelings or emotions, thoughts. How's your soul? Your spirit? And then in your own time, you can start mindfully moving the body, noticing what it's like to move your fingers, to touch your hands, to feel your feet on the floor, to look around, noticing the colors, the shapes of your room. And then fully back into your day, into your life. Come back to full awareness.